We're always going to start like this. Hello there, my name is Simba, Elijah Charles Kiage, and tonight I want to talk to you about tax, but most importantly, tax evasion. Now, simply put, tax evasion is the illegal non-payment or underpayment of tax. Now, it's clear. Let's look at the definition of tax avoidance, which is the failure to pay or a deliberate underpayment of tax. One of them is illegal, and the other might not necessarily be. Now, you see, tax avoidance is finding loopholes within the tax system, or the definition thereof. I know it sounds and could be illegal, but it is not. Now, it's like publicly saying that this guy could be the best singer in the country. It could be legal, but it's not. Or you calling your president a man who is by studying a doctor, Nabi. Trust me, it sounds illegal, but I promise you, even if you call the press conference today to try and explain why you think it must be called Nabi, nobody will come looking for you. Say that it could be legal, but then it's not. Now, see what I mean? Now, the only thing you have to make sure, therefore, is that when you decide to avoid tax, the taxman doesn't come for you, or else you'll be like this woman here.
We are ready to sit down with the right team from KENYAN and agree on a realistic payment plan that factors in our challenges so that we are able to sustain our operations. Our main reason as to why we've had 3 shutdowns from December to 2021 to the current shutdown, which is the longest. It has taken us 1 month and 5 days. As of today, the grand foreclosure was due to outstanding tax arrears of 322 million.
So what are we talking about tax today? So in the first few days, a conversation about how the first families have been evading tax was started by this man. And it had to be him, no one else really.
And I want to say, we want to ask the Senate to back the President and the Executive in ensuring that everybody must pay tax. It doesn't matter who you are. We are going to develop this country with our own resources because we have stopped borrowing. Because we are saying, if you are in a hole, don't continue digging. First stop digging and figure out how to get out of the hole. And one of the ways of getting out of the hole is collecting tax from everybody. It doesn't matter how far back it goes. And also stopping exemptions. Nobody will be exempted from paying tax in this country. And if you want to be exempted from paying tax, you buy an advert in the newspaper and apply to the people of Kenya. The President, the CS National Treasury will not exempt anybody from paying taxes.
Now, this was followed swiftly by allegations from Kenya Kwanza camp that former President Uhuru Kenyatta was the one funding all the Azimio coalition rallies in the country.
This comes as UDA allied senators have come out guns blazing, alleging that the Azimio La Umoja rallies are being funded by former President Uhuru Kenyatta.
That we have very credible information that the person who is sponsoring the ongoing mandamanos is President Uhuru Kenyatta, the former President of the Republic of Kenya.
The senators led by Nyandarwa's John Matthew say that the former head of state is doing all that in a bid to run away from paying taxes companies with ties to the Kenyatta family failed to pay during his reign, with certain companies accorded huge tax waivers.
In all the ongoing rallies that you've been seeing, there has been one very constant call by all the people that are addressed those rallies. They are speaking about taxes and people avoiding and evading paying taxes. It is known, it is public knowledge.
Now, this hasn't really settled well with the first family, has it?
Unatakiwa kulipa. Lazima hiyo vitu yako itashukuliwa, itauzwa. Si ndio hiyo sheria ya serikali? Kwa hivyo hakuna haja
na ile laini ya kufanya kazi hiyo iko. Hakuna mambo ya ati kuharibia wale wengine majina na nini hivi na vile, na hiyo sio kweli. Na watu wanajua hawasemi kweli, wanataka tu kusema ndio wasikike, ati wanataja majina na makambu.
But hold on for a minute. Now, the basis of all this tax evasion talk is because of estate duty. Is that even a thing in the Kenyan law? No, it's not. Now, according to government records, as early as June 1982, estate duty was abolished. 1982. So the question is, who is fooling who now? That's a question that we're going to ask. Now, to all the senators and members of parliament who have been pretending to know it all when it comes to tax matters in the country, please shut the one that starts with A and ends with an S up. It is dangerous when the lawmakers themselves do not know the law. Now, trying to be an expert in every issue you run into will only get you sounding like this woman every time she talks about technology.
Oh, Tiptronic. It was called Ice Grey. It had a beautiful sunroof. I had that. I had this gorgeous black BMW. It was an AMG. Oh.
You like to say it, the BMW AMG. But if curbing tax evasion then is a real priority for this administration, let's face it, they need to focus on multinationals in the country who for a long time have been avoiding tax through transfer pricing, base erosion, profit shifting, and open tax evasion. But they are not focusing on it. Looks like KRA has already swallowed the bait now that it's following Uhuru Kenyatta's friends with a hope that they evade tax as well. Let's talk about the economy. Actually, no. Let's talk about this man, Rigathi Gachagua. Yes, Kenyans, whether you like it or not, this man is in charge of your economy. Now, you might think that I'm a bit unkind when I talk about him in this light, but maybe when a man publicly accepts that he should be called Riggy G, this is when we should have questioned our choices of letting him be in charge of our money. I don't know about you, but if I was in line to be served by different accountants and there was one with a stick on the door reading Riggy G, I would definitely not get into that office for service. Now, something about Riggy G, Juakali, and Nonini goes together. I know you might say, so what? It is just a nickname, right? Hold on, let me make my case then. Now, the national government says that it has only about 380 billion shillings to disburse to the counties in the next financial year. This will be about 40 billion less than the 420 billion that the governors have been pushing for. Guess who broke this news to the governors? Riggy G. Could you have a better man than Riggy G in the government to break bad news to the governors? The news is not in the fact that the government is broke. It is not that the government has been broke. No, it is how he said it. I kid you not, this is what he said, that even if they remove our trousers and whip us on the buttocks, we do not have the money.
The issue we had with the Council of Governors is a simple matter. They're asking for 425. CRI is saying, in our scheme of mathematics, you can give 407. The national government is saying that is good. 425 is good. We can give it to you, but we don't have it. 407 is even better, but we don't have it. We only have 380. So, if you want to hang us, we are helpless. If you want to remove our trousers and whip us on the buttock, go ahead. We don't have the money. Na sisi ni watu ya kuongea ukweli.
Listen, if I were the president and I had bad news to deliver, I would send a man called Riggy G. I don't even think that losing and Riggy G could be in the same sentence. You tell me, ever imagine saying, yo, I'm from a fight and Riggy G has just lost? But again, should it ever come to the governors removing people's trousers and whipping them on the buttocks, I have a personal list of people whose buttocks I want whipped naked in that state house. But even Rigiji knows very well that things are not good in Kenya. Now, the economy is, as he keeps on saying it, completely dilapidated. And when a man who you would not naturally rely on to advise you on matters finance tells you that things are bad, you better believe it. So what is Rigiji's magic bullet to unlocking the economy? Prayer. Yes, prayer. I am sure that even God himself knows that there aren't things that you can pray for to change. Just like the collective hate that Kenyans have for Altham Jimbo, not even God doesn't want to intervene at all. He'd rather listen to the new entrant on that list, this guy. Well, there you have it. That is your This Week Tonight. I'll meet you next week for another look into the week. Next up, Street Business.